Pushpin? Hello? Pushpin? Right. Okay. Right. Right. Very good evening. Today I'll take on this. Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Yes, yes. Abhir Chatterjee. Yes, yes. Okay, let's start. Today I'll take up some very good questions on unsteady state. Loud and clear. Okay, okay. So let's go to the first question. Loud and clear. Wonderful students. Yeah, actually, thoda tough question hai. And this will clear so many concepts. This is a tough question. This is a bit tough question. Dekhna. Come on, join, join. People are joining. Previous video गायब हो गया. चलो मैं बात कर लेता हूँ. Don't worry. समझ आएंगे. Yes, yes. आज वही कर रहा हूँ. लेकिन before that, I'll take up one tough question. Okay, देख लेना. Read this question. All of you read this question. This will clear so many concepts. Today I'll the 3 and 4 video private हो गया. Okay, okay, I'll check. Can you see? दिख रहा है आपको? Let me check. Can you see the question? Let me check. Let me check. Question दिख रहा है आपको? Yeah, you can see now. Is the question clear? Clear है? Okay. चलो चलो. Question दिख रहा है आपको? Let me read. Let me read the question. एक second, please. थोड़ा फेड है. फिर भी ओके ना? Thank you, sir, for Thermo Unacademy. Okay. Now read the question. Let me read the question. और मैं नीटली समझाऊंगा आपको. एक बार देखते हैं. ओ क्या हो रहा है? उतना क्लियरली नहीं दिख रहा है. उतना क्लियरली नहीं दिख रहा है ना? Okay, let me read the question. एक सेकंड मैं चेक करता हूं. Yeah. A tank containing, let me read the question. Let me read the question. A tank containing 45 kg of liquid water, initially at 45 degrees centigrade. ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. Can you see the question? मतलब can you read the question? Can you read the question? Yes, na? Yes, yes, yes. No problem. This is a good question. Can you read the question? हाँ. A tank contains दिख रहा है आपको? Yes, sir. Okay, okay. No problem, no? Wonderful. 45 kg liquid water at initially at 45 degrees centigrade has one inlet. No problem, Ajay. No problem, Ajay. So I'm trying to solve one very good question. मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा question है. It's a very, very good question. Even if you cannot see, I'll explain very clearly. There is a tank. This is the tank. okay, which contains 45 kg of water. So therefore, there is 45 kg of water in the tank. Okay, and it is initially at 45 degrees centigrade. The initial temperature is 45 degrees centigrade. It has one inlet and one exit. There is one inlet. There is one exit. This is a very good question. There is one inlet. There is one exit. Okay. Okay, fine. With equal flow rates means the fluid is entering here. Let me write it as m dot I. And the fluid is leaving here, m dot E. But what did he say, my dear students? With equal flow rates, yes or no? With equal flow rates. So whatever the mass is entering, same mass is leaving, same mass is leaving. Okay, now? Is everything fine, my dear students? Is everything fine? आपको ठीक दिख रहा है? Is everything fine? 1 second, please. Is everything fine? Yes, na? Can you see clearly? सब ठीक दिख रहा है आपको? All fine. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, so a tank contains 45 kg water. इस tank में 45 kg water है. And initially it is at 45 degrees centigrade. It has one inlet and one outlet with equal mass flow rates. So I will write m dot I is equal to m dot E. No problem at all. So into exit equal. Liquid water enters at 45 degrees centigrade. Means water, देखो, liquid water enters at 45 degrees centigrade. So therefore, water is entering at 45 degrees centigrade. Look at carefully. It is entering at, there is one inlet, there is one outlet. Through this inlet, water is entering at 45 degrees centigrade. Now, what is it saying? And the mass flow rate is 270. It is clearly given as 270 kg per hour. 270 kg per hour. Okay, no problem at all. No problem. Is everything fine, my dear students? Chalo. A cooling coil is immersed in water and it removes heat at the rate of, there is a cooling coil. This coil is removing heat and it is removing heat at the rate of, at what rate it is removing? It is removing heat. It is removing heat. At what rate it is removing? Very good, Rohit. 7.6 kilowatt. Wonderful. Look at carefully. It is removing. Pushpendra, beech mein comment karna. It is removing heat. It is removing heat. How much heat it is removing? 7.6 kilowatt. Okay. Then the water is mixed by paddle wheel so that the water temperature is uniform throughout. Matlab, there is a paddle wheel also. This is a paddle wheel. Wow, what a question. There is a paddle wheel also. Can you say, when I say paddle wheel, can I say it is work input? When I say paddle wheel, can I say it is work input? There is work input and there is heat rejection. Wonderful, my dear students. And how much is the work input? Paddle wheel cover. The power input to the water from paddle wheel is 0.6. Paddle wheel work is 0.6 kilowatt. Wonderful. The pressures at inlet and exit are equal. Inlet exit pressures, देखो एक बार. Pressure at inlet and exit are equal. Pressure at inlet and exit are equal. And kinetic potential energies are ignored. Plot the variation of water temperature with time. Let me explain what the question is all about. This is a wonderful question. Just keep it. अगर आप ये question करेंगे ना, it will show you the beauty of unsteady state flow problems. Let me explain the problem very clearly. Let me explain. There is a tank. In that tank, there is water initially at 45 degrees centigrade and the initial temperature of water is 45 degrees centigrade. ध्यान से सुनो. And water is entering at 45 degrees centigrade. Water is entering at 45 degrees centigrade and water is leaving. I don't know what is the temperature. Why I don't know this temperature? Because this temperature pe water is entering now, it is given as 45. So I will write T inlet. I will write T inlet as 45 degrees centigrade. So you know, my dear students, there is work input, there is heat rejection. There is work input, there is heat rejection. So definitely when it is leaving, the temperature I don't know. What is he asking in the problem? So please understand carefully. Heat is rejected from this. Heat is rejected and work is done on the system. Because of energy interactions, this temperature is varying. Because of energy interactions, this temperature is varying. He is asking the variation of this temperature, exit temperature with time. He is asking variation of this temperature with time. This is a wonderful question, my dear students. Let me do this. अब बहुत ही प्यारा सा क्वेश्चन है, इसको हम let me explain what the question is. Mass is entering, mass is leaving, but clearly in the problem said inlet exit masses are same. Inlet exit mass are same. M dot I, M dot E is same, and it is 270 kg per hour. No problem. The inlet temperature, the initial temperature is this जिस temperature से ये अंदर आ रहा है, जिस temperature से अंदर आ रहा है, it is given as 45, and it is leaving. I don't know what this temperature is. He is asking the variation of this temperature with time. Let me do this very clearly. No problem at all. अब देखो मैं बताता हूं इसको कैसे करना है. Look at carefully. There is a tank. First हम generalize करेंगे. This is M dot I and this is M dot E. Okay. Now there are two equations. आपने कर्सर का कलर चेंज कर दो. अच्छा, which color do you want? White ठीक रहेगा? अजय, white ठीक रहेगा? अच्छा, अब ये कलर बोलो, ये कलर ठीक है? बोलो रे. Is this color clear? रेड वाला चाहिए आपको. अच्छा, यहां पे तो रेड नहीं है, हमारे ओपन बोर्ड में रेड नहीं है. ये वाला देखो, ये कलर व्हाइट इज गुड ना. चलो व्हाइट ही ले लेंगे. वंडरफुल, व्हाइट ही ले लेंगे. ओके, राइट. नाउ लेट मी डू दिस. व्हाइट इज ओके. My first equation is dm by dt in the control volume is equal to m dot I minus m dot E. Is it clear? dm by dt in the control volume is equal to m dot I minus m dot E. The first question. First question. Look at carefully. Here m dot I is equal to m dot E. m dot I is equal to m dot E. देखो m dot I बोला है वो. So it has, देखो he said clearly, क्या बोला है वो? He said very clearly mass entering, देखो has one inlet one exit with equal mass flow rate. Equal मतलब जो अंदर आ रहा है जो बाहर जा रहा है. Entry and exit is same. Entry and exit is same. So therefore now I'll write very clearly. देखो एक बार. This is the first equation. Can I write this as dm by dt in the control volume? When m dot I, m dot E, this is the first steady flow energy, unsteady state I have given. So look at my dear students. What is m dot I, m dot E? Both are same. When both are same, can I write this as 0? Can I write this as 0? Anyone in the class? Don't say steady. Arey yaar, suno, you are confused. Don't say that m dot I, m dot only mass flow rate same होने से वो steady नहीं होगा. Apart from mass flow rate, energy conservation should also be there. Then only it will be steady. सिर्फ mass conservation देखकर, just by looking at mass conservation, don't say it is steady flow. Mass entering is equal to mass leaving. No, my dear students. No, my dear students. Both energy conservation, mass conservation should take place. Wonderful. So therefore, now let us integrate this. इसको integrate करेंगे तो क्या होगा? When I am integrating, dm in the control volume is 0. अरे यार, with respect to t, तो समझ में आ रहा है ना? If I integrate this, what does it mean? इसका मतलब है mass in the control volume is what? Constant. It's not changing. Is it clear? Mass in the control volume is constant. Very simple. Whatever the mass is entering and same mass is leaving, but therefore whatever जो mass अंदर आ रहा है, जो mass बाहर जा रहा है, If 270 kg per hour is entering, 270 kg per hour is leaving. So therefore, entering mass, leaving mass, when they are same, so what will be the mass in the control volume? Yes, Rohit is very good. Huh? So this is my means mass in the control volume is same. Look at carefully. It is not mass rate. Look at carefully. I have not put m dot. I said mass in the control volume is constant. Mass in the control volume is constant. Is it clear? Is it clear, my dear students? Wonderful. No problem at all. Wonderful. Idhar dekhna. So now we'll go for energy conservation. du by dt. Second equation. In the control volume is equal to m dot I hi plus q dot minus m dot ahe minus w dot. Wonderful. मुझे बताओ, from the tank, are you getting any work? This is my second equation. Some of the students may get confused. Sir, where from are you getting these equations? Already I have derived my regular equations in thermodynamics. Yes or no? Already I had derived. I gave you two weapons. One is conservation of mass. One is conservation of energy. This is a wonderful question, my dear friends. Pura hone ke baad you will appreciate the beauty of this question. Can you tell me what is the work? Is the tank doing any work? Is the tank doing any work? There is no work. So I will put this as 0. इसको हम 0 put करेंगे. There is no work. I will put this as 0. And one more thing. Okay. यहाँ पे sorry. I'm sorry. Already paddle wheel work है रे. Oh, you are forgetting that. टैंक तो कोई वर्क नहीं कर रहा, but there is a paddle wheel work. भूल गए, देखो सब भूल जा रहे हैं हम. देखो. Coil is removing heat, correct? And there is a paddle wheel work. So therefore यहाँ पे work है, which is input. अगर only tank देता है, if there is no paddle wheel, then the work will be 0. तो यहाँ पे work है. Understand carefully. हाँ, मुझे याद था सर. वाह. अब देखना, I will do one thing. थोड़ा एक change करेंगे. du by dt in the control volume is equal to m dot I, m dot e, it is same. So I will write this as m dot. अरे यार, let it be equal to m dot. Confuse मत होना with mass in the control volume and entry exit masses. इधर देखो. This is inlet. This is exit. तो इसको हम m डॉट से डिसिग्नेट करेंगे, इसको हम m डॉट से डिसिग्नेट करेंगे, इसको हम m डॉट से. तो कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम मास और ये मास से कंफ्यूज मत होना. दिस मास, ये मास और ये कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम मास से कंफ्यूज मत होना. हाँ, वंडरफुल माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज m डॉट I, m डॉट e? m डॉट I, m डॉट e is equal to m dot. m dot I, m dot e is m dot. You tell me what is m dot? It is mass entering, mass leaving. बट ये मास और कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम मास दोनों अलग है. सी मास एंटरिंग, मास लीविंग इज डिफरेंट, कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम मास इज डिफरेंट. समझ में आया? दिस इज m डॉट. सो आई विल टेक m डॉट कॉमन. सो यू आर लेफ्ट विथ hi माइनस he. देखो m डॉट को हम कॉमन लिए, hi माइनस he प्लस q डॉट माइनस w डॉट. एनी प्रॉब्लम सर? एनी प्रॉब्लम? ऑल ऑफ यू, एनी प्रॉब्लम? नो ना? नो. वंडरफुल. अब देखो, अब ध्यान से सुनो. ये कहां का है सर? ये कहां का है? इट इज शोइंग फॉर कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम. तो आई विल डू वन थिंग. डी, कैन आई राइट इंटरनल एनर्जी एज mct? कैन वी राइट इंटरनल एनर्जी mct? बोलो रे, कैन वी राइट? yes, internal energy. It is liquid. Don't write mcvdt. mcvdt is for ideal gas. Internal exchange, it is not ideal gas, it is liquid. So therefore internal energy for any fluid is given by mct. So can we write this as du as mcdt? Can you tell me what is c? C is specific heat of the fluid. C is specific heat of the fluid. अब देखो, d by dt of u, what is u? mcdt. I repeat, d by dt of u is mcdt, and that is in the control volume, and that is equal to m dot into hi minus he plus q dot minus w dot. Okay, no problem at all. Okay, no problem. Wonderful, my dear friends. mass is constant. देखो, already you know that is the control volume mass varying with time. ध्यान से सुनो, this is a beautiful analysis. Is the control volume mass varying with time? No. Why it is not varying? देखो, control volume mass is not varying because 270 is entering, 270 is leaving, 270 is entering, 270 is leaving. So what is happening to the mass in the control volume? Anyone, what is happening to mass in the control volume? Is it constant or varying with time? अरे यार, एक tank है, there is a tank, some water is entering, same quantity is leaving. So what will be the mass in the control volume? It will be same. It will be same. So therefore, mass in the control volume, इधर बाहर ले लेना, ये mass control volume का है बाहर. Specific heat is constant. Okay, dt by dt. Correct ना? dt by dt. Wonderful, my dear students. I repeat, mass in the control volume, बाहर ले लेना. Specific heat, बाहर ले लेना. Because specific heat of the liquid is not changing with time. We assume it to be constant. And dt by t is equal to, ध्यान से सुनो, m dot, look at carefully, hi. Can I write hi as Cti? Anyone in the class? Can I write hi? What is hi? It is the enthalpy at which the fluid is entering the control volume. Look at carefully. Why I am taking so much of time is this question will clear so many concepts. Let me take a lot of time for this. यहाँ से बहुत सारे. It's not that quality of the question we are doing. तो hi. Can I write hi का मतलब क्या है? Cti. Some students may be asking, sir, why are you not writing CPT? Wonderful, my dear students. ये तो liquid है. Liquid के लिए, you know, I told clearly in my classes. I told very clearly in my classes, for liquids, enthalpy and internal energy are almost the same. Therefore, I write it as CT. Therefore, I write it as CT. I told you very clearly in my earlier classes. अगर गैस होता है, आइडियल गैस होता है, तो एंथैल्पी कैन बी रिटन एज सीपीटी, इंटरनल एनर्जी कैन बी रिटन एज सीबीटी. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. तो HI is CTI. ओके, देखो, HI is CTI minus. Please note down that you are taking out some heat. You are taking out some heat and there is some work. You are taking out some heat and there is some work. You are taking, मतलब इसमें कुछ फर्क आ रहा है. There is some heat interaction, there is work interaction. So the fluid which is leaving, इसका temperature change हो रहा है क्योंकि there is energy. See, please note down that the fluid which is entering, it is entering at a constant temperature of 45. But once it has entered, then when it has entered, there are energy interactions. Because of these energy interactions, the temperature is changing. Let the exit temperature be T at any time T. Let T be the exit temperature. Let T be the exit temperature at any time T. All of you are be clear? All of you are be clear? जो मैं बोल रहा हूं. Let T be, बोलो. I'm waiting for your reply. Let T be the exit temperature at any time T. ओके ना, चलो. तो HE को लिखेंगे CT. Look at carefully. यहाँ पे T is varying with temperature. Temperature T is varying with time because of these energy interactions. पहले सुनो, जिस टेम्परेचर से फ्लूइड आ रहा है that is fixed at 45 degree centigrade. बट जिससे वो लीव कर रहा है it is varying with time. जिससे लीव कर रहा है it is varying with time. Okay, no problem. तो HE can be written as CT. HI is CTI plus Q dot minus W dot. Wonderful, my dear students. Plus Q dot minus W dot. Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. Wonderful, my dear students. Now, till now, is it clear, my dear students? Till now, is it clear? Okay. तो देखो एक बार. What I do is, यहाँ पे MCV, Pushpendra, Dr. Pushpendra. MCV is control volume mass. C is specific heat. And D, capital T stands for temperature, small t stands for time, is equal to m dot. Okay, already you know what is m dot, jo entering or leaving. Look at what. Yes, Ajay, you said right, correctly you said. Bawal question hai ye. Wonderful, bawal question hai ye. Plus Q dot minus W dot. Okay, no problem at all. Now I will write this as, एक सेकंड रुको, इधर क्या कर रहे, एक काम करते हैं. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड केयरफुली. नाउ हैव अ लुक एट दिस. अब आगे बढ़े हम. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let me take this as one unit. So therefore, d capital T by m dot c into ti minus t plus q dot minus w dot. Okay, dt by this is equal to, एक second please, is equal to dt by this is equal to dt by mcv into c. Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all. Wonderful. यहां तक is clear? I know जब हम टफ क्वेश्चन देते हैं तो लोग भाग जाते हैं. यहां तक is it clear? अब we'll do one thing. यहां पे टेम्परेचर T है. Can anyone in the class tell what is this T? अगर आप बोलेंगे ना मैं एक चॉकलेट दूंगा. Can anyone tell what is this capital T? What is this capital T? अरे बोलो रे, what is this capital T? It is the exit temperature at any time T. रोहित, मैं क्वेश्चन पूछा. इट वेरी गुड. एग्जिट टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर एट एनी टेम्परेचर T. एक काम करते हैं, लेट रोहित को मार डालो रे. m डॉट c इंटू ti minus t plus q dot minus w dot. Let it be equal to some z. Let it be equal to some z. अब इसको डिफरेंशिएट करना. देखो m dot c ti जिस टेम्परेचर से फ्लूइड एंटर हो रहा है, द टेम्परेचर एट विच द फ्लूइड इज एंटरिंग, इट इज कांस्टेंट. इट इज कांस्टेंट. अरे यश गुप्ता कैसे है रे? इट इज कांस्टेंट. तो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ कांस्टेंट? 0 माइनस t का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या है? dt प्लस this is constant. So heat transfer rate, work transfer rate, ये constant है. 0 minus 0 is equal to z का differentiation dz है. So therefore minus m dot c dt is equal to dz. Wonderful, my dear students. So what will be the value of, देखो एक बार. Wonderful, my dear students. What will be the value of d? एक second रुको. What will be the value of this dt? dt will be equal to, correct है ना? dt will be equal to minus dz by dt is equal to minus dz by m dot c. Okay, no problem at all. Wonderful, my dear students. अब यहां पुट करेंगे. इधर देखो dt. Look at what is dt? Minus dz by, ये क्वालिटी क्वेश्चन है. देखो m dot c minus d, okay, into, देखो I had put the value of dt. What is dt? Minus dz by m dot c by, ये dt का वैल्यू पुट किया, माइनस ये वैल्यू by ये वैल्यू. दिस वैल्यू इज टेकन एज z. सो दिस इज ऑलरेडी टेकन एज, ये पूरा z लिया है, इज इक्वल टू dt by m dot cv, mcv into specific heat. Wonderful, my dear students. अब देखना, all of you, are you ready? बोलो रे. Okay, तो I think I can cancel out this specific heat ना. cc cancel कर सकता हूं. Can I cancel? Wonderful, my dear students. Can I cancel this cc? You are not saying anything. Can I cancel? Wonderful, thank you. खतरनाक लेवल है, there is no doubt about it. अब देखो dz by m dot. okay, और एक काम करेंगे, don't worry. देखो, look at dz by z is equal to, इस m dot को इधर ले लेना, m dot by mcv into dt, और ये माइनस है. I repeat, dz by z, ये m को इधर ले लेना, m dot by mcv, so माइनस को इधर ले लेना. ओके ना? ओके. अब इज इट क्लियर? देखो सेम फ्लूइड है एंटरिंग लिविंग, तो dz by z, ये माइनस इधर ले लेना, तो m डॉट बाई mcv. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. ये m डॉट को इधर लेना बाई mcv. ओके, इंटीग्रेट करना इसको. यू इंटीग्रेट दिस. व्हाट इज dz by z? log z प्लस सम इंटीग्रेशन कांस्टेंट log c. आई रिपीट, dz by z is log z plus some integration constant. Convenience के लिए I am taking log c is equal to minus m dot by mcv. What is the integration of dt? T already, don't put again one constant, already have taken the constant here. Okay, log a plus, समझ में आ रहा है sir, dz by z is log z plus log c, some constant is equal to minus m dot by m, integral dt is t. So log of zc is equal to minus m dot t by mcv. Wonderful, my dear students. So therefore now I'll write zc is equal to e power, देखो, zc is equal to e power, देखो एक बार, let me delete this, e power zc is equal to e power minus m dot by mcv into t. Wonderful, my dear students. So now you tell, is it clear? Bolo re, bolo, bolo. All of you, are we clear? इसको अरे कंफ्यूज मत होना, वो स्पेसिफिक हीट सी और ये इंटीग्रेशन कांस्टेंट सी से कंफ्यूज मत होना रे बाबा. सो कंफ्यूज मत होना, because I took specific heat as C. This is integration constant. differ. Let us differentiate that. Confuse हो जाएंगे आप. Let us take integration constant as C1. C1 is integration constant. Wonderful, wonderful. अब देखना, what is Z? अरे all of you, are you getting, my dear students? क्या बेहतरीन क्वेश्चन है, देखो. It will clear so many concepts, I'm telling you. Don't think that in about 45 minutes we are doing a single question. It is the quality question. Wonderful, Prashant. Wonderful, Prashant. Wow. Wonderful, Prashant. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Let us, what is Z? What is Z? इधर देखो. Z का वैल्यू इधर है, देखो. Z का वैल्यू m dot c into t1 ti, sorry, minus ti minus t, m dot c, okay, q dot minus w dot, that is, देखो z का वैल्यू, that is m dot c ti minus t plus, okay, that is z into c1 is equal, z का वैल्यू क्या is equal to e power minus m dot by mcv into t. This is my equation. Wonderful, my dear students. अब देखना, एक लेवल, हाँ, इसमें बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. वंडरफुल. नाउ यू टेल मी, अब let us try to find out the constant c. ध्यान से सुनो. Let us try to find out the constant c. I'll ask you a simple question. Before the beginning, मतलब जब हम start किए थे experiment, when we started the experiment, it was something like this. When we started the experiment, it was something like this. सबको सब clearly दिख रहा है सर? Is everything fine? वंडरफुल अनिल कुमार, क्या क्वेश्चन है रे बाबा, वाह. इधर देखो, इट इज इनिशियली अभी प्रोसेस स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ, मींस इनिशियली व्हाटएवर द फ्लूइड इज एंटरिंग इट इज लिविंग. मतलब कैन आई से इनिशियली द टेम्परेचर इज माय टेम्परेचर इज, जिस टेम्परेचर से बाहर जा रहा है, इनिशियली अभी हीट या कूल नहीं हुआ. इनिशियली there is no, we are starting the baba for heat transfer, work transfer, unit time. We are starting. So initially what is happening at time t is equal to 0. I repeat, at time t is equal to 0, the fluid is entering and the fluid is leaving. The fluid is entering and the fluid is leaving. Initially कोई heat transfer, work transfer का effect नहीं है. So therefore, if it is entering at 45, it is leaving at 40. Initially, after heat and work interaction, with time it is changing. But during initially, समझ में आ रहा है सर? Initially, what will be this temperature? What will be this temperature initially there is no effect of heat transfer, work transfer, so it is moving like this, it is moving. So if this is 45, this is 45, so can I say initially at time t is equal to 0, initially at time t is equal to 0, initially at time t is equal to 0, jab time, I repeat, initially at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, look at my dear students. So I will write t is equal to ti. Initially at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, t is equal to ti. No problem at all. no problem at all. Up put karna. So T is Ti. Initially my temperature will be equal to what? Ti. So what will be the value of this? Anyone in the class? Initially जब time 0 था initially, तो ये 0 होगा, तो 0 into something is 0, e power 0 is 1. So this is becoming 1. And when time is 0, 0 into something is 0, e power 0 is 1 is equal to C1 into, देखो, is C1 into this value, T is Ti. When T is Ti, this will be 0, and you are left with only Q dot minus W dot. So therefore, C1 is equal to 1 by Q dot minus W dot. C1 is equal to 1 by Q dot minus W dot. Is it clear? Wonderful. 1 आ रहा है? No. 1 कैसा आ रहा है सर? C1 is equal to 1. 1 कैसा आ रहा है सर? Is it 1? अरे यार, this value, this T is Ti. Ti minus T is 0. This is 0. But this is left now. Q dot minus W dot into C1 is this right hand side. T is equal to 0 is 1. Is it correct? अरे यार शुभम चौहान, प्लीज ऐसा मत करना, प्लीज ये नहीं है, हम वो दे रहे हैं, लेकिन एट दैट इंस्टेंट स्टार्टिंग में कोई फर्क दे रहे हैं, उसको थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. इज इट क्लियर? डोंट से इनिशियली क्यू एंड वर्क आर 0, वो है, बट इनिशियली जैसे यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द प्रॉब्लम. देखो 1/7 लिख रहा है. 1/7 क्या है रे? व्हाट इज 1/7? 7 क्या है? अरे someone asked me, एक सेकंड मैं बताता हूं. Look at. This is, please listen. This is the tank. Fluid is entering, fluid is leaving. अब देखो हीट दे रहा है, वर्क दे रहा है, मतलब हीट दे रहा है, वर्क दे रहा है, बट फॉर दैट यू नीड सम टाइम ना. इसमें जो चेंज हो रहा है, आप वर्क भी दे रहे हैं, हीट निकाल रहे हैं, यू आर रिमूविंग हीट एंड गिविंग वर्क. सो देयरफॉर यू नीड सम टाइम टू एडजस्ट. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? Is it clear? Okay. Wonderful, my dear friends. All of you are we clear? So up आएंगे, यहाँ पे आना. Okay. No problem at all. Wonderful, my dear students. So therefore, please tell me, is it clear? No, I'll tell you. Aditya Prakash, I'll tell you. एक second. M dot C. I'll ask them to release. Okay. Ti minus T plus Q dot minus W dot, okay, into C1. ध्यान से सुनो, into C. देखो ये C1 को इधर ले लेना. You are not understanding. तो मैं have written this by C1. So can you tell me, इस इधर आ रहा है तो e power minus m dot by m CV into T by C1. Okay ना? What is 1 by C1? All of you. What is 1 by C1? 1 by C1 can be written as Q dot minus W dot. So therefore 1 by C1, देखो एक बार, 1 by C1 is this. तो 1 by C1 को क्या लिखेंगे? This can be written as, this is 1 by C1. समझ में आ रहा है सर? So ये लिखेंगे 1, this is 1 by C1, but denominator में C1 है, so it will be Q dot minus W dot. I have written this value 1 by C1 into e power minus m dot by CV into T. क्लियर है? क्या बोले? Q और W बताइए. Q और W सिस्टम में होगा, बट हम नहीं दे रहे. पैडल व्हील और कॉइल से तो, अरे यार, you are not understanding the problem. Please understand. सिस्टम से हीट निकाल रहे हैं and we are giving work. You are not understanding the problem. जब मुझे बताओ, मैं तो क्लास स्टार्ट किया, यहां स्टार्ट करने के बाद थोड़ी देर के बाद चेंजेस होंगे ना. आपको स्ट्रीम कब आएगा? I have already started the class and you are getting at what time? Maybe 7 to 8 seconds के बाद आ रहा है आपको. Means those Q and W are present and water is flowing. It has not received any heat and work. So वो तो है, but it will leave at what temperature? अरे यार, are you getting or not? ये शुभम चौहान का कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Is it clear? So अगर आप यस बोलेंगे तो मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा. यार, I have given, but उसको टाइम लगेगा. पानी देखो, सुनो मैं एक बात बताता हूं, सुनो सुनो, आई टेल यू, सुनो रे, वाटर के अंदर आप कॉइल डाल दिए, सुनो, वाटर के अंदर यू हैव पुट अ कॉइल, वाटर के अंदर यू हैव पुट अ कॉइल, मतलब वो इट इज ट्रांसफरिंग हीट, बट यू जस्ट सी द टेम्परेचर, will it change immediately? There is a energy transfer, but is it changing immediately? आप बताइए सर, इफ यू से यस देन आई प्रोसीड, आप बताइए, इज इट ओके? अरे ये निशा कहां गया रे शुभम, कहां गया रे शुभम, गया देखो, अरे शुभम कहां है? अरे ये यू टेक वाटर इन अ कंटेनर, यू टेक वाटर इन अ कंटेनर एंड उसको कॉइल को, हाँ समझ में आया नहीं है? नो क्या रे, नो नहीं गया बोल रहे, हाँ मैं बोल रहा हूं शुभम, शुभम, सो आई हैव पुट कॉइल, कॉइल को पुट किया, मैं स्टार्ट किया, मतलब एनर्जी ट्रांसफर तो है, लेकिन विल यू गेट द चेंज ऑफ टेम्परेचर इमीडिएटली? नहीं ना, इसको बाउंड्री कंडीशंस पे कहां प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है? ओके राइट, नाउ अब देखना, प्लीज लुक एट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, एक काम करते हैं, तो m डॉट सी, ओके, ये क्या नो बोलता है रे, ये पता नहीं, इसका प्रॉब्लम नहीं समझा मैं, ओके, m डॉट सी into ti minus t is equal to, you take this to, yes sir, got it, very good, very good, you take this to right side, तो क्या होगा, q dot minus w dot into e power minus m dot by mcvt, okay, right, minus, इसको इधर लेना, minus q dot minus w dot, wonderful my dear students, no problem at all, तो m dot c into ti minus t is equal to q dot minus w dot, कॉमन ले लिए, into e power minus m dot by mcv into t, ओके, ये कॉमन ले लिए, -1, वंडरफुल माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वंडरफुल, अब माइनस कॉमन ले लेंगे क्योंकि मुझे t चाहिए, इफ आई टेक माइनस कॉमन, if I take minus common, what do I get? m dot c, समझ में आ रहा है, m dot c into t minus ti, I have taken minus common, is equal to, इधर से भी माइनस कॉमन ले लेना, इधर से भी माइनस कॉमन ले लेना, तो क्या होगा, q dot minus w dot, okay, okay, I will take minus common, तो 1 minus e power minus m dot by mcv into t, okay, इधर माइनस कॉमन ले लेना, माइनस कॉमन ले लेना, तो माइनस आ गया, ओके, तो ये माइनस गया, सो देयरफॉर यू आर लेफ्ट विथ, देखो m डॉट c, आई विल डू वन थिंग, तो इसको इधर ले आओ, प्लीज यू टेक दिस टू दिस साइड, नाउ आई राइट t minus ti is equal to q dot minus w dot by m dot c, correct, into 1 minus e power minus m dot by mcv into t. Excellent, my dear students. What a question. So finally I got the temperature T as Ti plus q dot minus w dot by m dot c into 1 minus e power minus m dot by mcv into t. Hold on, यहाँ पे there is a problem, I'll tell you. Please let us keep temperatures in Kelvin. देखो एक बार, what is the initial temperature, my dear students? Anyone? What is the initial temperature? कितना था? वो 45 degrees. 45 degrees था. तो what is the temperature in Kelvin? It is 273 plus 45, and that is equal to 318 Kelvin. 318 Kelvin. Okay ना? Wonderful. Is it correct? So T is equal to 318. अब ये Kelvin में रख रहे हैं. Plus anyone with Q dot. In the problem, Q dot is given. He is removing heat. So this Q dot is it plus or minus? आप बताइए. This Q dot is it plus or minus? This Q dot is it plus or minus? Coil is removing heat. From the system, heat is removed. Minus, wonderful. So this is minus 7.6. Great, great. Minus. Work, it is input. Work, it is input. So should I take this work as plus or minus? This work is input. Negative. minus 0.6 by m dot. What is the mass flow rate? Anyone in the class? What is the mass flow rate? देखो एक बार 270 दिया है. It is entering. दिया है problem है. It is entering at 270 kg per hour. 270 kg per hour बोला है. This mass flow rate inlet and exit is 270 kg per hour. So hour means 3600 into specific heat of water 4.2. Specific heat of water 4. I repeat my dear students, कहां पे मिस्टेक करेंगे मैं बताता हूं. सुनो केयरफुली कहां पे मिस्टेक करेंगे. इसके लिए इसका कोई यूनिट नहीं है. लेट अस चेक द यूनिट. अगर ये केल्विन में है तो ये भी केल्विन में होना जरूरी है. वंडरफुल माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. देखो एक बार. Q डॉट इज किलोवाट मतलब किलो जूल पर सेकेंड. Q डॉट W डॉट का सेम यूनिट है किलो जूल पर सेकेंड बाई mass flow rate kg per second. Why did you convert from hour to second? Because this is given in kilowatt. Kilowatt means kilojoule per second. Kilojoule per second. Okay. Specific heat kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So therefore kilojoule is gone. kg second is 11. ये ऊपर गया तो Kelvin में आएगा. ये पूरा Kelvin में आएगा. Please tell me, are we clear, my dear students? All of you, are we clear? अब देखना into 1 minus e power minus. देखो एक बार m dot what is m dot. और एक सवाल पूछ रहा हूं. m dot is kg per hour रखेंगे तो ये किस में रखेंगे. देखो mass is mcv is kg. I repeat, mcv is kg. m dot is kg per hour. t को किस में ले लेंगे. hour में लेना है. क्यों. अगर ये look at carefully, if I keep this per second it will be in second. If I keep this hour this will be hour. क्योंकि m dot is kg per hour, m is kg, and क्योंकि ये total quantity should have no unit. अरे बाबा, are we clear? So अगर इसको मैं hour में रखूंगा तो t hour में आएगा. अगर इसको hour में रखूंगा तो ये hour में आएगा. So therefore ये गया. तो this is my equation. Minus m dot कितना है 270. What is the mass in the control volume? He has given it as there is 45 kg mass in the control volume. He clearly said that 45 kg mass is in the control volume, and at 45 degrees centigrade water is entering. So mass in the control volume is 45 and the temperature is T. Can you tell the unit of T? क्योंकि ये hour में है, because this is in kg per hour, this will be in per hour. So therefore, now if I calculate, I will get T as 318. So ये किस में आ रहा है देखो, minus of minus plus plus minus of 7.6. Let me calculate. 7.6 into 3600 divided by 270 divided by 4.2. तो कितना आ रहा है सर. एक सेकंड. ये 7 into 3600 divided by 270 divided by 4.2. So you are getting this as 22.2 into 1 minus e power 270 by 45. I think you are getting this as 6. Wonderful, my dear students. Now you tell, this is the last equation. Ho gaya sir problem. Now you tell me, how is the temperature varying? So temperature is varying exponentially. Is it increasing or decreasing? Ek baat batata hu suno. Let us throw some light on this. This is a wonderful question. All of you, have you followed this question? क्या सवाल है रे बाबा. I know you don't appreciate. I know, मुझे पता है. But there is no need. Okay, look at. Let me try to do one thing. ध्यान से सुनो. T is equal to 318 minus 22.2 minus 22.2 minus of minus is plus 22.2 e power minus 60. Any problem, sir? So ये minus इधर लिए, minus और minus plus. Okay, so 318 minus 22.2 is equal to 295.8 plus 22.2 e power minus 60. Let me plot this graph. एक बार देखना. अब very simple. Let me plot this graph. क्या हो रहा है sir? Let me plot this. You tell me, can I write this as 295.8 plus 22.2 by e power 60? Okay, no problem. All of you, are we clear? All of you, are we clear? Rohit Singh, thank you. Awesome explanation. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Look at my dear students. If T is, look at carefully. अगर T बढ़ रहा है, T is increasing. Look at carefully. If T is increasing, अगर T बढ़ रहा है, तो this value will increase. So जब T is increasing, this will increase. So when this increases, डिनोमिनेटर में है, तो ये वैल्यू घटते जाएगा. जब ये घटते जाएगा, तो टेम्परेचर क्या होगा? डिक्रीज होते जाएगा. Initially it has some value. So now you tell me, if I draw the graph like this, time and temperature, look at how is the temperature changing. देखो एक बार, it is varying exponentially. So जब time t0 है, जब t0 है, जब टाइम 0 है, जब 0 है तो क्या होगा सर? जब टाइम 0 है तो टेम्परेचर क्या होगा? एनीवन? जब टाइम 0 है तो टेम्परेचर क्या है? 318. वंडरफुल. इनिशियली तो 318. सो इट इज 318. टाइम 0, टाइम है, यहां पे टाइम है. फिर से बता रहा हूं, सुनो. एक सेकंड प्लीज. एक सेकंड प्लीज. Initially the temperature, this is in Kelvin. जब टाइम, ऑलरेडी यू नो, जब टाइम 0 है तो e power 0 कितना होगा? 1 होगा. 1. So this, when you add, you are getting 318. Already we know that initially the temperature is 318. Initially it is 318. अब कैसा डिक्रीज होगा? देखो, now the temperature is decreasing exponentially. अब ध्यान से सुनो. When t is infinite, जब t infinite होगा, तो क्या होगा? e power infinite is infinite. 1 by infinite is 0. Means at infinite it touches 295 point. When the time is infinite, what does infinite mean? देखो ऐसा जा रहा है. Means at infinite it touches 200. समझ में आ रहा है सर? Is it clear? So at infinite it will touch. At infinite, देखो, at infinite it touches this temperature. This is the variation of temperature with. This is the variation of temperature with what? Time. Is it clear, my dear students? All of you, is it clear? Zero नहीं रे बाबा. When time is infinite, मतलब ज्यादा हो रहा है. Infinite का मतलब बढ़ते जा रहा है. When it is infinite, e power infinite is 0. 1 by 0. When it is infinite, time is infinite, it will be infinite. E power infinite is what? Infinite. 1 by infinite is 0. ये 0 हो जाएगा तो 295. Means जब टाइम बढ़ते जाएगा, it will approach 295.8. What a question. What a question. Is it clear? मजा आ गया ना? Is it clear? Wonderful. What a beautiful question. अब ये क्वेश्चन बहुत ही केयरफुली देख लेना है. ओके ना? Is it okay? Great students of India. So shall I take up one more question? Hope you enjoyed this question. Thank you, Abir. Thank you. Okay ना? Thank you. Awesome journey of this question. अब और थोड़ा दूसरा क्वेश्चन ले लेंगे. तो let's take one more question. ये तो थोड़ा सिंपल सा है, लेकिन ये ले लेंगे. Can you see this? PDF चाहिए. एक काम करता हूँ, सुनो. इसके लिए एक काम करेंगे यार. I want to make a separate group for this. Sir, 3rd and 4th class unavailable. Okay, Salman Islam 3rd and 4th. मैं चेक करूंगा. I'll check. Actually मैं नहीं लिया था. एक बीच में ऑलरेडी शेड्यूल हुआ था, लेकिन I have not taken the class due to some emergency. That was the reason. PDF चाहिए. ये नहीं मिलेगा आपको? Yes. Group on Telegram. I'll share these questions on Telegram. ये question actually, चलो, again it will take time. कल करेंगे इसको. Meanwhile, we'll take a simple question. वो भी मतलब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। हाँ चलो, नाउ टेक दिस। ओके, प्लीज वो क्वेश्चन कर लेना। दिस इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन, ये करो। आई थिंक यू कैन डू दिस, आई थिंक यू कैन डू दिस। ये आपके लिए असाइनमेंट है। So we'll stop here, my dear students. What a question we have done. So I'm stopping here. I'm stopping here. So, my dear students, I'm stopping here. And कल और questions करेंगे, okay ना? तो कल देखते हैं, okay ना? Is it okay? चलो, bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. हाँ ठीक है, okay ना? Thank you. Question एक बार अच्छा देख लेना. Okay, right, my